Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here. I hope you're all doing well. So we finally got the patch out for Escape from Tarkov. This is the second of the two technical patches that we were awaiting according to Battlestate Games' very own roadmap. I'm going to go through what's in this patch and we're going to look at what's missing from the patch and also talk about what's going to happen next with the game, because it does feel as though we are well on the road to a wipe at the moment, and it could be pretty soon, I reckon. Now that we're getting this technical patch, that kind of brings things forward. So first off, we're going to look at these patch notes. There's not too much to them. There is a list of fixes which I'm not really going to go through, but I will, as always, put a link in the description down below, and I'll do a pinned post as well so that you can go check out the full patch notes for yourselves, because there could be something in those fixes that you want to see, but I tend not to go through them because the vast majority of them are just so small and insignificant that most people don't even notice them. But there could be something in there that you want to see fixed, and it might be in that list, so you can go and check that out for yourselves. So there's a list of changes in this patch, and Battlestate Games put a little statement out just giving what their intent with this patch was, and it says the key goal of the update was to fundamentally change the architecture of play, display and synchronization on the client and their connection to the server. The goals that were achieved are: so they've increased the number of network entities in the raid on Streets of Tarkov. In the future, changes are possible on other locations as well. So basically what they've done with this patch is they've rewritten a ton of code in the game. They've basically gone back to basics with it and rewritten things from the ground up, which now allows them to support higher player counts on all of the maps. But to start with, they're just going to do that on Streets of Tarkov. Now I don't know if they're going to instantly increase the number of players that will be available on there, or maybe they're just going to increase the amount of bots, but I kind of think that they'll do both, because it is a pretty big map. It can support more players and scavs, but of course it's going to get an expansion soon as well, so it'll be supporting even more network entities, as they call it. So that has been changed, and they say that it's possible on the other maps as well, so we could see player increases on some of the other big maps too. Next up, they've improved the hit registration accuracy. They've increased the accuracy of position matching of players on the server and the client, reduced the number of chances of desync with the server, network traffic optimization and memory consumption optimization. So basically what they're doing with a lot of this hit registry and increased accuracy is that the time delay between the server and the client is reduced, so that should cut out a lot of the desync. A lot of the times when you fire at somebody and you on your screen you're hitting them, on their screen they're not being hit because the desync between the server still has them at a slightly different position. That should all be more taught now, and we should be seeing a lot better hit registration and a lot less desync. So that's a brilliant one in my opinion. That's one of the things that's needed working on for quite some time in the game. And of course, memory consumption optimization. We've known for quite a while that this game has got a memory leak. It seems to creep up and up, even if you're using the RAM cleaner, which will clean a lot of your RAM and pull RAM back out of the game. It does seem to creep up steadily, so hopefully that's been sorted out now, or at least they've done a little bit of remedial work to kind of slow that down. Next up, they've done a major update to Oculus Spatializer, fixed positioning issues that could occur with a large number of audio sources playing at the same time. Weapon sound adjustments. Now the sounds of gunshots sound more volumetric, but with sound positioning retained. Fixed sharp jumps between mono to stereo. Adjusted the interior reverb sounds when the character is wearing active headsets, and some balancing changes. So we've got some good sound fixes. Nikita did say in the last podcast that they were reworking sound across all of the maps, but it was going to take time because they would have to manually adjust the sound sources for every single part of a map, so it was going to take a long time. He also said that they wanted to make major updates to Oculus to make it work better, so that's what we're seeing right here. They've also reduced damage to blacked out limbs by 30%, slightly increased blunt damage, and they've reworked the bot spawn system in practice mode. Now the number of bots is more accurate in relation to the selected settings. And that is it for the list of changes. It's not a comprehensive list, but some of those things are huge. A lot of the things with hit registration and the accuracy between server and client, reducing the desync, these are some of the things that we've wanted fixing with the game for so long. So I think this has definitely been worth the wait, if indeed it does work. Obviously by the time this video is up and you're watching it, this patch will have been applied to the game and you can download it via your launcher if you haven't already. So I'm really hoping that this does fix the things that this say that it's meant to fix. They did do a call to arms the other week asking people to jump onto the ETS so that they could test this, so I'm assuming that quite a few people did go and do that, and they've got some good results from that and managed to make this a really, really good patch. But one of the most notable things that is missing from this is the move over to Unity 2021. Now, going by Battlestate's own roadmap, that was meant to happen before this patch was meant to come out into the wild, so it was going to drop sort of between the two technical patches. We see nothing about that in this patch, so I'm assuming that it's going to come at maybe a later date. Maybe they want to get this patch settled down before they apply it into the game, or maybe it's going to be bundled in with the content update that we are due sometime very soon. So going back to the roadmap, next up is the content update, which will bring us the Streets of Tarkov expansion, some other goodies to be thrown in there, as well as a wipe. We will be getting a wipe with that. So it could be that Unity 2021 just falls in with that update. Now, that's something that Battlestate Games themselves said that they wanted to avoid. They didn't want to cram too much into these updates, because inevitably every update breaks something in the game, and the more things you have added in an update, that's the more things you've got to go checking through to see which one of these changes has indeed broken something. So they don't like to group too much into an update. But it could be that in the coming weeks they just slide in the update to Unity 2021. We shouldn't know too much difference on our end. I believe when they moved over to Unity 2019, we didn't notice any differences really at the time. So could be that it's just a stealth update in the background, and then they tell us that they've done it. We'll have to wait and see. But that is it for this patch, ladies and gentlemen. This is patch 13.1.0. Go give it a go, see what it's like, see if you think the hit registration is better, see if you think desync is lower. Is the memory consumption a lot less decreased? Now, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this patch. Has it been worth the wait? Or do you think that Battlestate Games are dragging their feet? Let me know what you think. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.